Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans around the world, I would like to personally welcome you to episode 43 of the greatest wrestling podcast in the tri state area, the Hot Tag Podcast. All right, all right, all right. Now, this is the podcast where we talk about everything and anything pro wrestling. Of course, as always, I'm one half of your host, Rashad, and the other half of your host, my tag team partner in crime, Justin. Justin, good with you, bro.
Good, man. Fresh off a solid Raw with a lot of great moments in this one. Great main event. And
Amen. Listen, we got a lot to talk about this week. We got a lot. We gonna talk about it. What you really say? Let's talk about it. Listen, man. Without further ado, if you're new here, we always start with the headlines. And we got some headlines for you this week. Just I'm gonna let you start off. What headlines you got for me today? What's going on? Tell the hot tag viewers what we got.
for me, it's a lot of TNA based. TNA is heavily in the headlines this week. Starting, it started with the unexpected departure of Sammy Callahan from TNA. Now, those of you who don't know who Sammy Callahan is, he was a pro wrestler that wrestled for TNA for a long time. TNA World Champion, and in his later years, he's retired now. He has transitioned into a backstage role for TNA, but he's been a part of the backstage stuff for them too for just as long as he's been wrestling there. This was unexpected because Sammy Callahan was one of those guys that you thought would be a lifer in TNA and would just transition into a role of creative and writing. And you could tell that he had a love for TNA, but and it caught a lot of people off guard because he mentioned that he was originally told that he had a meeting that he believed was going to be a promotion because of he worked in almost every department that TNA had, from merch to creative to wrestling, shooting angles. Like Sammy has done it all for them. And for a guy like Sammy, a promotion would have been well deserved. But instead of being told he was being promoted, he was told he would be parting ways with TNA. I don't really understand why you would want to release a Sammy Callahan. It's not like he was harming the product in any way. He wasn't even wrestling anymore. He was mainly just doing backstage stuff. I've never heard anybody have a problem with Sammy. It just came real unexpected, really unexpected from TNA. I kind of feel bad for Sammy here. Like you could tell that he was kind of upset that he was released. He didn't want to go anywhere. If it was up to him, he'd still be working there. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Oof, TNA man, y'all losing some good people. I don't know what's going on over there, but
it's a lot. It's a lot of people leaving. There's been some resigns too, but it just seems like TNA is in a bit of a weird spot right now. They still have some young guys over there like Ricky Sosa, like Leon Slater, like Mustafa Ali that could really be your focal points for the future of TNA, but all the bad media coverage behind the scenes isn't helping them grow to that next level.
yeah, no, it's not. Hey, listen, man. I hope Sammy Callahan, he continues to do whether it's production or, maybe if he decides he wants to go to the Indies and do some indie stuff, whatever he wants to do.
Sammy is a great line for the business. Sammy has ran his own promotion for a while
Yeah,
now, so Sammy always has. a way to land on his feet, even if he wants to go do some work for AEW or WWE, or if he just wants to run his own thing. Sami Callihan
Yeah.
would be all right, but just an interesting move from TNA, and it did not stop there. A couple days later, post was made on X by a referee. The referee stated that Tommy Dreamer had pulled him aside backstage at a TNA show. I don't know when this was, maybe a couple years ago or something. And he told this referee that he would do everything he could to make sure he didn't earn a job in the business.
Wow.
And this is kind of crazy to hear. Uh, Tommy Dreamer, a ECW Mount Rushmore guy who
Hmm.
has had a I guess you could call it a really successful career spanning decades, wrestling in multiple different promotions, and now again another guy that transitioned to the backstage side of TNA. This was this kind of caught everybody off guard, and from there were a couple independent wrestlers, women independent wrestlers, who had their own stories about Tommy Dreamer and him kind of forcing in these sexual spankings or crotch grab spots into
Hmm.
matches because he had the experience and he had the name because he's Tommy Dreamer. Now, I'm not going to lean uh, too heavy on one side and just fully accuse one side of lying or Tommy Dreamer of doing any of these things. But if all this stuff is true, hey, pack him up. I was never the biggest Tommy Dreamer guy anyway.
Hey man, he out here grabbing women by the. That's crazy. I don't know what it is, man. It's just the older you get, the more it's just like, bro, you can't get away with a lot of stuff. You couldn't get away with a lot of stuff back then, but like, just mm-mm. The whole spanking and grabbing women by the, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's crazy, Tommy. It's nasty work.
Yeah, we're I'm going to stay with the story and any further reports that come out on either Sammy Callahan's situation or Tommy Dreamer's situation. We'll keep you updated on the next pod. Yeah, that's what I got for headlines. How about you?
Um, I probably got well, I wouldn't say this is my favorite headline, but for those of us who have been watching SmackDown for the past few months and have been calling for them to go back to 2 hours, well, guess what? Our prayers have been answered. And beginning July 3rd, SmackDown will be officially moving back to 2 hours, which is such. Listen, I'm a man that enjoys wrestling, right? But when you have a show that cannot fulfill 3 hours of wrestling, why would you do it? Why would you do it? And I think SmackDown is perfect at 2 hours. You have just enough to keep the viewer entertained, where you're not stretching and overdoing it. So I am happy and glad that starting July 3rd, SmackDown is moving back to 2 hours. How do you feel about that?
Never understood why SmackDown was 3 hours anyway. It's not like you were giving certain people more time.
No,
Johnny Gargano's been depressed for 5 months.
literally, you took the entire Secret Harvest, and what are you doing with your secret? You having her be a poodle to Tiffany Stratton.
It's
You
not like
listen. When was we recently just saw Ray Phoenix on TV, and that's only because he won a title. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I'm listen. Hopefully, I hope that because this shift is happening, we get more, and I mean more views of the wrestlers in the back that can put on a goddamn show. I'm hoping. All right, that's my hope. So also happening in July, Unreal season 3 drops July 21st. All right. This will pick up off of the SummerSlam where John Cena lost to Cody Rhodes, and we see the glimpse of Brock Lesnar in the back. This will pick up right off of there. This is also his goodbye going into the final phases of his few matches in WWE. Um, and we get to see other things. Obviously, there's the trailer has not dropped yet, but Unreal Season 3 will be dropping July 21st. So hopefully within the next few weeks, we should see a Season 3 trailer.
Was there demand for season 3 of Unreal? Like
I'm
maybe
not gonna lie.
because maybe I'm not the biggest Unreal guy, right? I watch it so that I
Mhm.
can report on things for the pod. But if I didn't do this, I would not watch WWE Unreal.
I
Is there
think
a huge demand for the show?
I think with this season, I maybe so, just because it does cover the back half of John Cena's retirement, which for me, I would love to see the behind the scenes of it. Since we already saw it, I want to see the behind the scenes and what came about, especially the whole WrestlePalooza thing. I have to understand it. I
Uh,
need to understand it.
well, I feel like now Cena has done enough interviews to kind of tell you what
and
happened.
you're right, but I need to see other people's perspectives. I need to know what was going on in the brain of those producers and writers.
I mean, I feel like I watched season 2 of Unreal, and I could see everything I need to see from those writer room meetings. That there ain't much of innovation going on in there.
Yeah, true, true. But like for as a person that already understood it or understands it, I need to understand more of it because it just proves my claim that WWE needs to hire vicious writers because obviously they don't know what the fuck they're doing in there. So that's what I need to build a case on them. So then when I see them, I'm be like, boom, 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 boom. This is why you gotta hire us.
Like
S-
all I get from watching WWE Unreal is more confused. That's usually like I leave watching these episodes like, but why though? And I've
exactly,
seen it already, but still,
exactly.
why though? The best
That's
season was season 1 because everything that happened was like
kind of explained.
no by accident. Like
Oh
they
yeah.
really had to shift, with Punk's injury, The Rock coming back.
Hmm.
That was a real pivot.
Yeah.
Season 2 was just a lot of bad decisions,
So
and
now we get to see. Hey, listen, season 2.
it looks like season 3. If we're starting back from SummerSlam, we know there was a plethora of bad decisions made.
Well, we get to see who made those decisions, and maybe we can get an understanding of why. All right. The biggest headline. All right, because this isn't a bad decision. This is actually a great decision. Undertaker states on his Hall of Fame podcast that Roman Reigns is the greatest wrestler, one of the greatest wrestlers the business has seen in years. All right. And
He said one
I
of
qu-
or the
one of the greatest wrestlers the business has seen in years. And he said, I quote, Roman Reigns is one of the best wrestlers that we have seen in the past couple of decades. I mean, he really is as far as storytelling goes in WWE. I say that because the bar has always been not how good you look, but how good you can make somebody else look. Mm. And when I watch Roman, no matter who he's in the ring with, that person looks better than they've ever looked with anybody else. End quote. Now listen, I've said it before, I've said it plenty of times, and I'll say it again. Roman Reigns is him. And when you're in the ring with Roman Reigns, he makes you look like a bona fide star. And I've said it before, and I don't know if it was on this podcast, I don't know if you agree with me, but he is one of the best sellers in the game.
I will. Here's what I will say: Undertaker is not wrong per se in his assessment of Roman Reigns and the things he said about Roman Reigns. Those are all true. Undertaker's talking about storytelling and making another wrestler look good, which are the key aspects of wrestling, right? They are. I'm not gonna say they're not.
Mm.
I just knew then that we weren't talking about like in ring, like actual like performance. 'Cause,
Well, I mean that, but that's already a given though.
Undertaker isn't even the top five in ring wrestler of all time.
I mean, you can definitely argue that. That's you can definitely argue that. But like, listen, you can't see greatness if you ain't already great. And obviously, we already know Undertaker is one of the greatest. So, game recognize game. But I think that's already a given in ring ability. Am I saying Roman Reigns is the greatest in ring performer ever? Unbiasedly, no, he's not. You feel me? But like you said, it's certain aspects to the game that makes you a complete wrestler, and he is one of the most complete wrestlers that we have seen in WWE.
True.
That's all I'm saying. That's
Like
all I'm
I'm
saying.
not gonna. Here's the thing. Like I don't shit on Roman Reigns until he's compared to Seth Rollins because it's not close.
Mm, mm,
But for the praise that they give him, like I'm not gonna shit on him for getting praise. Like Roman Reigns, multi-time world champion, multi-time WrestleMania main eventer, longest title reign, greatest title reign of all time.
Let me ask you this one question. Now I'm gonna move on for this. When it's all said and done, right? Do you think? Because obviously, because it's evident that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are going into the Hall of Fame. We already know that. Now, do you think, in terms of Hall of Fame, who gets it first? Not I'm not talking about individually, right? Do they recognize the Shield first, or do they recognize individually? Because I'm pretty sure I can't say who gets it first because I'm pretty sure Roman is going to retire before Seth.
I don't know. Seth
But
has been
like,
around for a long time. Like he was in wrestling
and
since
he has
2006. Like the man's been around.
he has, but I personally think Roman Reigns will be done before Seth. You feel me? But like, what do you think? Do you think WWE recognizes them as individuals first, or do you think they get the nod as the Shield first?
I think they always go individual first. I think they
Hmm.
usually always go individual first, just to give you your. If you're an individual Hall of Famer, right, like on your own right, you should, oh, in my opinion, always get that over your tag team. Even if you
Hmm.
started in the tag team, you should be recognized for your individual career before that. Because the tag team is two people, you ought to share the spotlight, share the adulation and the recognition. But yeah, I think they'll probably go all three
Hmm.
individual first.
All right. Hmm. Okay.
Shield is definitely not coming too long after that last person.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. All right. Well, listen. Those are our headlines for this week. There's a
Oh,
lot of headlines.
before hey, give your boy some more praise, right? That I usually don't
Mhm.
get. Roman
Oh,
Reigns
oh,
might
oh, go
be
ahead.
the first three-time Hall of Famer.
Yes, him, Shield, Bloodline.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like he
Absolutely.
might he
Oh,
might be the first ever person to be inducted 3 times into the Hall of Fame.
because when you talk about Roman Reigns, you're going to talk about the best to ever do it. And obviously, just doing things that nobody has done before. That's what I'm saying. All right. Let me see. we gonna move on from the headlines. I don't want to keep the Glaze Fest going, even though it's real.
Yeah, starting
even,
to drip off
even though it's real, even though it's real,
glaze
I'm just
dripping
saying.
from your fingertips.
Hey, listen, I, it's real though. Listen, those are headlines for this week. We gonna move over to our AEW correspondent with the AEW recap. Justin, what do we have for AEW this week and last week?
Hey, I thought AEW was straight. Moxley and Danny Garcia versus Bro Dito was a crazy match. That was probably the best match on the show for me, the most fun match. Uh, but yeah, the Will Ospreay and Swerve had their face to face ahead of Forbidden Door, ahead of the Owen Hart tournament finals. And I thought this back and forth was good. I know some people felt like the crowd was dead, and for some parts, maybe, but I thought it was good. Both men talked about how much each other has changed since All In last year, where they were on the same team fighting against the Young Bucks and the Death Riders, to now where Osprey is damn near part of the Death Riders, and Swerve is back to the more evil side of himself. And Swerve's promo was, or side of this promo was specifically a highlight because the passion in the, I believed every word he was saying, that he believed every word that he was saying. Even drops an F bomb on live TV, which was crazy. You don't get too many of those. So yeah, I thought AEW was solid. The Forbidden Door card as of right now is as follows. You have Owen Hart tournament finals between Swerve and Osprey. You have Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. You have Thekla versus Starlight Kid for the AEW Women's World Championship. Starlight Kid, one of the best women from Japan for a long time, and I was really surprised she was not scooped up by AEW or WWE yet. But Starlight Kid is actually really good from what I've seen of her, and I think this match will be one of the most underrated matches on the card. This would be a really good match. A match that was announced not too long ago, a three-way tag team match between the CMLL Sky team, consisting of Mystico and Masquerade versus the Young Bucks versus Unbound Co. from New Japan, Mercedes Moné versus Maya World in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament. Definitely didn't expect Maya World to make it to the finals. Well, she wasn't even in the tournament to begin with, but for her to make it all the way to the finals and beat Athena, someone who is looked at very highly in AEW and ROH, for her to beat Athena and be getting this shot at Forbidden Door in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament against Mercedes Moné is big for her. So, hey, I'm hoping this match kills. You'll have Shota Umino versus Pac for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. John Moxley versus Bandito for the AEW Continental Championship. Cajun Colt versus the Dogs for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. And the main event will be Team MJF featuring members of the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, Andrade, Jake Doyle, and Kevin Knight versus Team Mark Briscoe, featuring the conglomeration Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, Konosuke Takeshita, and Darby Allin inside a steel cage, which will be insane. This match will be insane. And my girls, Divine Dominion, Megan Bain, Lena Cross will be on the buy-in for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships against Thunder Rosa and Olympia from CML.
Hey, that car sounds fire. I'm not gonna lie. Was it that 12 man?
Hey, Forbidden Door. When we do Forbidden Door, AEW always knocks Forbidden Door in terms of pay-per-view out the park. The I'm not mad at people saying they build to Forbidden Door hasn't been the best because a lot of these matches don't really have a lot of build to it. But in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, Forbidden Door being a crossover pay per view with CMLL, with Forbidden Door being a crossover pay per view with CMLL and New Japan and AEW, not every match is always going to get crazy build. A lot of these matches are just to spotlight some of the best talent on both sides. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what a match like versus Shota Umino, Declan versus Starlight Kid, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenny Omega. Those are what those matches are to build. You still have your matches with the story, Swerve and Will Ospreay. I'm saying, Swerve in the 12-man steel cage. Like those matches have to build. Dogs and Copen Cage have built. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
excited
not gonna lie.
for Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door sounds dope. I'm gonna have to tap into that. Hopefully, I don't run into any technical difficulties for that. But nah, that sounds fire. Hey, listen, thank you, as always, our AEW correspondent for that AEW recap. All right, of course, we move on to our WWE show reviews, and we're going to start off with Raw from last week. And listen, this Raw right here, crazy, crazy. Okay, we got to start off with it. Eric Andre, you got caught in
Whooped him.
the wrong time, wrong place. As Jacob Fatu is officially now the enforcer of the Bloodline 4.2, um, getting the wooden Ulafala, which pretty much represents that he's the muscle. He is, yeah, he's one of the chiefs now. And as you can tell, you don't touch the wooden Ulafala. Because that boy or Eric Andre got mauled. He got beat like a goddamn orange. Like crazy. First of all, he should have got beat anyway for that outfit he had on. It was crazy. But yeah, he got beat. And Roman, of course, Roman understanding that he has another monster that he can control. Oh man, it's fucked up now. Oof. Damn. WWE is once again in trouble. You had Solo last time, now you got Jacob Fatu.
I don't really have much to say about this opening segment. Just another Bloodline opening segment. It's going to be like I said in a couple pods ago. It's going to be like this for a while. So
Hey, listen, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I just had to start off with that just to show, like, you feel me? We getting back to that. We getting back to that back in blood type shit. Like we not, and it's even worse now with Jacob. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Um, but all right, let's talk about Raw. What was some highlights of Raw that you banged with? Highlights, lowlights. You
I
know.
got the LA Knight and like Usos, Jacob Fatu segment was done really well.
Mm,
I thought that the spear from Braun Breaker was insane
yeah, I
on
mean,
Divine, and I thought the only thing I had for the main event was fuck. But
yeah, prophecy died at 8 minutes.
what I wanted to touch on, and this was the thing that I wanted to touch on. the most coming into this pod.
Hmm.
WWE,
Mm.
what's going on? Why
Talk
do
about
y'all
it.
feel the need to touch shit
Talk about it.
all the time? Why do we feel why do we feel the need to
Mm.
touch Chad Gable's music?
Yo,
He
and he
came
doing the
out
clapping hands.
he came out to the American Alpha Music 2 weeks in a row. Did anybody complain? Did we see a
Nope.
storm of comments on social media saying, "Hey, we don't like this music"? No,
Nope.
right? And if you wanted to change his music, I'm sure you still have rights to that Shelton Benjamin Chad Gable music. If you know,
Which was
you know,
fire.
a
If you know,
banger.
you know.
But
Facts.
instead of any of those, two, I would have rather you somehow just gave him the American Alpha music back. I mean, not American
True.
Alpha, Alpha Academy.
Hmm.
No, instead, y'all decided to give my boy this trash ass 80s workout montage music. I cannot stand y'all.
Rest in peace, Richard Simmons.
First, it was the ego from Ethan Page's theme song. Then I find out you're taking away Blake Monroe's mirror entrance.
Crazy.
Now you give Chad Gable this trash ass MAGA music.
Get him.
Why? Why don't you want? Why do you feel the need to touch things that have no reason to be touched? Yet you will allow the Judgment Day's music to be as ass as it is for
Mm.
months. And Liv and Dominic have both told you they hate the music. That can stay though. But the ego out of Ethan Page's song needed to go? Why? For what reason?
WWE like
Chad,
touching shit.
Chad, bro. If you hear this, man, it's somebody that really rocks with you heavy. Go ahead and get up out of there when your contract's up, bro. Go ahead and get up out of there
No more Mr. Gable.
and take Johnny Gargano with
Sincerely, a real wrestling fan.
you.
Hey, listen, listen. Hey. On the bright side though, he was low key moving like Kurt Angle in that match against Rusev.
The match against Rusev was great. Match against Rusev was great.
He was moving now.
When I heard that music though, I almost turned the whole show off.
Mm.
It's
It's that bad.
that bad, that mind boggling to me. Like for what? Like, what was the reason? Like we doing WWE Unreal, right?
Hmm.
Show me the process and behind making decisions like that. Don't show me y'all continuously not understanding how good Chelsea Green is. I don't need to see that because I already know from watching the product from week to week basis. You don't know how good she is.
Hashtag bring Road Dogg back.
Show me the creative decision behind the dude saying, "Hey, you know what? Chad Gable's American Alpha music ain't really sticking." And then the person that said, "You know what? This music right here, this bullshit, that's the one we going with."
I feel like it was a combo between Michael Hayes and a short black dude with bald head, like Milk Dub. That with a sweater,
Overhead
with a sweater
clap
vest.
Gable joint pisses me off. The overhead clap that pisses me off. I'm sorry. Every time I hear it, I gotta mute the show when Gable comes out.
It's like a wombo combo. This for sure like a wombo combo, bro. Like I feel like it's. I for some reason I feel like every bad decision has Michael Hayes involved in it, and I just don't like it. It's because the hat he be wearing. That's what it is.
How do you feel about How'd you feel about Seth and Braun being announced as a cage match for
I
Night of
love it.
Champions?
I love it. I think this is how you end the story. This is how you end the feud with the last man to leave or the pin. Honestly, I don't feel like anybody gets pinned in this match. I think it's somebody leaves the cage, and I feel like
Does,
that's how you leave the feud.
does it end here, or do we get a Bronson Reed return that further lengthens this story between Seth Rollins and the Vision?
Tired of it.
Because
Tired
we
of it.
have
Just
yet to see the Vision really too long at full strength.
but like what? But like I'm be so real with you. Like they the thing with the Vision is they really started this. This is their fault. Like, you feel me? How you gonna get mad at a nigga get his lick back in blood when y'all started it? You feel me? Y'all attacked him. Like, what's the whole point? You feel me? Like, what's the whole point? You attacked him, and now because he's getting his lick back, now you don't want it to end. Like, come on now. So, listen, I don't care. I don't care if Bronson Reed flies in on a helicopter, drops down the ring like Sting, and tsunamis that man. End it. End it. You can have him do that after he wins. All right. After he wins, you can have him
They do it after
splash.
he wins. He's still now. Because who wins? Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins? And you got Seth Rollins that can go on the path from this to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
But what do you do? If Braun Breaker wins. What's the whole? What's there's? I don't see anything really set up for him after he wins. I feel like this will set up the Roman and Seth at SummerSlam.
But now you still have a lot of people beefing with Division right now. You have
Exactly.
Joe Hendry, you have the Street Profits.
Three Profits.
I guess you can really end it because you don't have Logan Paul,
Yes,
right? And even if Bronson Reed comes back, you still have three.
you have three.
If everyone was healthy, if Logan Paul was healthy and Bronson Reed, you kind of would have to still include Seth Rollins in it because that makes up the four that you would need to go 4v4.
Yeah, but you don't have Logan Paul, especially with what just happened on Raw like 30 minutes ago. It's definitely this ends at Night of Champions between Braun and Seth. Has to. Um,
We could talk about the
listen,
main event because
of you wanna hit Raw to Raw?
no, I said the main event of King of the Ring semifinal.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, like I said
We
before,
gotta talk about the prophecy.
like I said before, that prophecy died at 8 minutes. And what made it even worse is that your girl Liv was trying to curse over Femi. You feel me? And that didn't work out. And then Dom and JD was like, listen, I'm gonna give you 100K. Go ahead and do what you gotta do, big dog. They hasn't. All right, cool. What did he do? Curse over Femi. He took that money. Your boy got gypped and he got his ass beat in 8 minutes. Prophecy finished.
I don't want to ever hear the WWE talk about wanting to stay creative and do things that are unexpected because they literally do everything that is expected every time.
Hmm.
Like, as a Dom guy, does this loss hurt us? No. I could still push Dominic Mysterio Money in the Bank propaganda. And I still am, right? I'm not mad that Obafemi beat Dominic Mysterio. What I'm mad about is the decision I feel like they're going to make in the finals.
Mm.
Because there's only one of two decisions to make now, especially with what you decided to do on SmackDown.
Which we will get into.
You only have two decisions now. The decision I would make is to have Oba win it. Did that win it? Who's you're gonna have Jey Uso do it, even with the help of Brock Lesnar.
At this point, let's move over to SmackDown. Let's move over to SmackDown. But before we do, what's your rating?
For Raw, for this Raw, for last week's
Hmm.
Raw, I give last week's Raw a 7.5. So really good, really
I'm
good
gonna
Raw.
agree with you. 7.5. 7.5.
Dom
We'll
Mysterio for Money in the Bank. We still pushing that no matter what.
all right, 2026. Money Bank 2026. Now we're gonna move over to SmackDown. Obviously, we talked about Jey Uso winning King of the Ring. But this SmackDown has a different title. It has a different name. We're not calling it SmackDown. All right. The title of this SmackDown is Three Ways to Piss Justin Off in One Night. All right.
What it be feeling like sometimes.
This this SmackDown exclusively had a bitch three ways to piss Justin off. And it's probably more ways you got pissed off. But I want to highlight three ways to piss Justin off in one night. All right. First and foremost, we already said it. Jay Uso wins King of the Ring.
What the actual fuck? Why? 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 I don't know if y'all have seen Javon Evans work in the last couple months, but the man came in as the kid that can just do all the high flying moves, and now he's in that ring looking like a veteran. He's comfortable. He's talking trash. He's more aggressive. He has that swagger to him that would have been the perfect matchup against Obafemi in the finals.
Which they listen,
Javon
they used to
Evans,
feud in NXT.
Obafemi. We've already seen them have good matches in NXT. You put it on this stage on a pay per view in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament and let them work. I guarantee you, everyone would have been extremely surprised with how well Javon Evans looked, even against Obafemi, because he looked phenomenal against Jey Uso.
And unfortunately, Jey Uso is going on to the King of the Ring finals to face Obafemi. All right. That's the first way. The second way is what we talked about earlier. SmackDown's moving to 2 hours, but unfortunately for that night, SmackDown was still 3 hours, and it wasn't good because the third way to pitch Justin off is to give Sami Zayn another title shot for no reason. For no reason.
And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. Normally, Sami Zayn getting another title shot we know he won't win would extremely piss me off, because let's just stop doing it. Give him the title or stop giving him title matches. That is normally my philosophy. But I did see the triple threat coming. I just thought it would be happening at Saturday night's main event, right? To get Cody on the Atlanta show as the Atlanta native.
Hmm.
But I'm not mad at it being on at Clash. Especially you need.
No champions.
Oh my gosh, I'm not mad at it being at Night of Champions, because with no world title match on the show, you got to have a WWE Championship match. Do do I think Gunther and Cody and Sammy will have a bad match? Absolutely not. I think it would be a hell of a match. And to be honest, I enjoyed the beginning of SmackDown with the match and Sammy being a special guest referee.
I mean, everybody thought Sammy was going to cost Cody the title.
Sammy inadvertently pushing Cody into the sleeper hold, and then uh, Cody getting to the rope still, and Sammy pulling Gunther off by his mouth, and Gunther pushing Sammy, Sammy slapping Gunther, and Gunther powerbombing Sammy. Cody then hits the Cody cutter in the crossroads. but because a new ref has to come out, he only gets a 2 count. Then Gunther hits a power bomb, but Sammy pulls that ref out. I thought all of it was
Mm-hmm.
done well. The Sammy kicking Gunther's foot off, hands off the ropes was a little much. I think he could have just counted the fast count and then
Mm.
took it to the backstage where Cody would come out and had the match restarted. Yeah, I thought it was done well with the Helluva Kicks and Sammy laying out Gunther and then picking up the belt and laying out Cody. Yeah, I honestly enjoyed this. Like I'm usually would be hating on this and saying why Sami Zayn back in this title picture right now. But you already had Cody Rhodes beat Gunther twice, technically. 3 times, technically now. He's beat him
Well,
three times.
I'm gonna say, why the fuck is Sami Zayn keep getting title shots? What are we doing?
Because Sami Zayn, through it all, has been extremely good in his role as heel.
But he not winning. So like, we just keep adding to that goddamn number, ain't we? We keep piling up new goddamn new L's.
It's an interesting one here though, because if Sammy wins the title here, would I be the most upset? Would I be the most upset if Sami Zayn wins the title here
Probably not.
off of Cody Rhodes?
But like,
It's obviously set up, and let me say this: it doesn't really matter who beats Cody Rhodes as long as someone beats him. Can we
and
can
like
we all
I
agree on
agree.
that?
I can agree with you on that. I can agree with you on that.
You may not want Sammy to win. I may think Sammy should win, but either way, even if it's Gunther, I'm not mad. It just cannot be Cody Rhodes
It's gonna
walking
be
out of
Cody Rhodes.
class as
It's
champ.
gonna be
We
Cody
need
Rhodes
to do
again.
something.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun Cody Rhodes again. It's gonna be the good old Wonder Boy. It's gonna be the Golden Boy Cody Rhodes. It's gonna be Cody Rhodes again. And listen. I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I'm like, let's just do something else. Let's do something else. All right, tired of it. This is not something that I usually say, and this is not somebody that I usually defend. But Mike Mizanin, I think you need to retire. You need to leave WWE because you were not being utilized to what you need to be utilized with or for. And I feel like WWE is utilizing you in the wrong way right now. And you should leave or you should call it quits. And it's new coming from me. It's very different because the whole Danhausen electrocuting and then, you know, the whole catchphrase and gimmicks and everything, and then him doing it to Kit Wilson, and then obviously we saw the glimpse of it with Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, which literally got shocked and started woo woo woo, and I'm like, what the fuck? But Mike, the Miz, it's time, bro. It's time. You've done exactly what you needed to do in this business. You've done enough for this company. I think you could be doing, even if it's a production role, a backstage role, even if you leave and you go somewhere else. I feel like you still got some juice left in your container, and you could go and be an asset somewhere else. But I'm not gonna lie, watching that promo, I was just like,
Question
nah,
to
bro, you gotta
you is
go.
what do you think the Miz could be better off doing right now?
Listen, bro, he can go, he can leave, he can retire, and I'm pretty sure he could do something else. He has a reality TV background. He is a solid actor. You feel me? Like he can do so much stuff instead of being whatever the fuck Danhausen is doing. Like,
Here's what I've come to terms with. You need somebody to do the backstage shit with Danielson.
and I understand
He's the
that.
only person that can do it. He's the only person. I do think at some point it does have to come to an end because here's the thing with the Danhausen character. At the end of the day, Danhausen always has to get the advantage, right? To keep the
Exactly.
the aura.
Hmm.
their character or the lore of the character. How long can you do that with people before he has to go against somebody where he clearly should not be getting the advantage over? That's my own questions about the whole thing.
I don't know, but I think the Miz, he listen,
Right
he
now,
done
though,
enough for
this is the perfect person for the job.
but like he's done. I think he's done enough. I'm feeling a little compassionate for him, and I'm like, listen, bro, you did what you had to do. You did a great job. Now let's go do something else.
You know he's going to do what they asked him to do and try to do his best with it. That's why I can respect the Miz for real. But yeah, at some point it does
Yeah,
have to come to an end. What the end will
it,
be, it definitely won't be Miz getting the upper hand in the end. But
no, no. But speaking of things that WWE has done well, is our truth. Our truth is the best thing to ever happen to SmackDown and low key to WWE. That man is the funniest man ever. Like, if honestly, if it wasn't for our truth, SmackDown Reigns would be shit. Me personally,
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm like, I feel like I get enough segment like backstage shit on Raw every week. I'll be watching SmackDown like, yo, can we get to the wrestling?
listen, you can't get to the wrestling when it's 3 hours.
Can we get to the wrestling, man? Like, I don't be needing the backstage segments all the time from SmackDown, man. I just be wanting to get some wrestling sometimes. And the little bit of wrestling we did get from Ricky and Mello, Javon and Jay was the best shit on the show to me.
You ain't like Charlotte versus Liv. You know, Charlotte was on like one knee.
And it was Charlotte on one leg. You knew then that Liv was going to win, so it's like, okay, we're just watching to see when Liv will win the match. This whole 3 hour show, there was two things I really cared. Well, three. Let me not shit on Gunther and Cody when I just said I liked the whole thing because I did. There were three things I liked on this 3 hour show. I just can't wait till it goes back to 2 hours. Hopefully, we can condense all of the filler and make certain things mean more.
Listen, that's what I hope for too. Hopefully, this shift back to 2 hours, we can get more, quality over quantity in my eyes. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, SmackDown. I gotta give SmackDown a 5. I gotta give SmackDown a 5, bro.
Get SmackDown to 6
Yeah, you're a better man than me. 'Cause no,
because I like the
um,
opening because Javon and Jay I thought was really good, even though I didn't like the outcome of the match. I still thought the match was good, and same thing with Ricky and Carmelo Hayes. So without
yeah,
them three on the show, this show is probably a three.
those three, shit is 0. All right, now we get to Raw that just happened. All right, and we start off with probably the biggest face off in the history of the company. We get Aura versus Aura. We get Arena Shaker versus Arena Shaker. We get the Ruler versus this is your one shot. Bow over Fibby and Jey Uso. We get a face off, and just watching this face off, it's gonna hurt me so much, and I mean hurt me to the core to see Jey Uso beat over Fibby and King of the Ring. It's gonna happen. It's, it's gonna happen. It's gonna hurt me deep down in my soul.
But man, I would have rather Jacob Fatu be in King of the Ring. can be in this position. Out of all the people that was in this tournament to be in this position, we have to sit through Jay Uso versus Obafemi. I'm telling you now,
This is your warning shot.
there should be no reason Jay Uso should win this match. No one
Oh,
cares to
bro.
see Jay Uso face Cody Rhodes or to see Jay Uso face Sami Zayn. Honestly, I think that match might be okay because Sammy, it's hard to have a bad match with Sami Zayn. He can make anyone look like $1 million out there, but that's why the prophecy made everybody happy. When you get a fun Javon over finals, Javon Evans winning King of the Ring, in my opinion, which the King of the Ring was made to showcase the next big star. Those are your next two big stars in Javon Evans or Obafemi. Having possibly neither one of them win this tournament for Jay Uso
This is your warning shot.
is ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous.
Listen,
I
bro.
would have at this point. I would have Oba win and then have Brock come out after. Because Oba's been calling Brock out for weeks. Just have Oba win and then him come out after. Both of the finals are on the first hour ESPN apparently. Just have Brock come out after the match, have Oba win. Like we let's not try to get super fancy here, man.
I'm the real. I think Brock shows up in Atlantic City on Monday. I don't think he shows up not champions. I think he shows up in Jersey at Atlantic City at the Jim Wheeling Boardwalk Hall for Raw.
Cool. Fine by me. Oba needs to win it. That's what you
Oh,
made this tournament for him, right?
too bad he ain't winning. Cause this is your warning shot.
So how do you think that you think Jay Uso beats Oba Femi clean? Please
Absolutely
tell me
not.
that. Okay.
No, absolutely not. No. But if I know WWE, I know they're gonna make James.
Like how does Jay Uso even get to the point of getting a ref bump for Brock Lesnar to interfere?
I don't know.
As
Maybe
soon as
maybe
the
a
bell
super
rings,
kick.
he should just die.
You can never kill the arena shaker.
What should a super kick do to Oba Femi? Nothing.
You, you can never kill the Yeet Man.
I don't see the path of victory here.
You can't kill main event. You feel me?
At
He
least
got
with
to get you.
Devon, he's fast, he's young, he's agile. Like, what is Jey Uso going to do to Obafemi to really make me believe he has a chance in this match?
Oh, easy. What a shot!
All right.
He's solo with
What Obafemi say?
it. You got to shoot me. You got to shoot me twice, 3 times. And you
And you
better
should
not
don't
miss.
miss. And even if you do miss, it ain't gonna fucking matter. Even if you don't miss, it's it's not gonna matter.
Oh shit! Hey, listen, yo. King of the Ring finals over Family J. So yeah, that should be something. Hey, speaking of shots, we finally get to see Lyra Valkyria turn on Bailey. I'm so happy for that because boy, when I tell you I was tired of this goddamn tag team. I
Yeah,
was tired. I was tired of them.
that's one of the biggest moments on the show, honestly.
Yes, literally.
And
And
hey,
whew,
I'm happy for Lyra. Like,
yeah,
it's something new for her to bite down and sink her teeth into because I think everyone was kind of just losing their. She was losing a lot of steam. Everybody was kind of losing their interest in Lyra, and
yeah,
she kind of just. You could tell that if no, she didn't turn heel, she would have just been with Bailey for another
yeah.
year.
Like into the void, pretty much.
So
Because
and like eventually just not on the shows at all. So This gives her a second chance to really reinvent herself as a heel
Hmm.
and see what she could do. I'm happy for her. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, listen, you should be real happy because that means your girl's Fatal Influence can take those titles off of Paige and Brie Bella.
I mean, it wasn't going to be Bailey and Lyra anyway. It's always sad to be fatal influence.
You're right. You're right. I give you that. I listen. I ain't mad at it. I
Like, let's
agree.
start trying to put some momentum behind the division. And fatal influence have the youth
Hmm.
to actually make those titles mean something with good defenses, like consistent good defenses. And I think you should just let them go all over NXT, AAA, Raw, SmackDown. You got it. That's the only way. You gotta make them seen everywhere.
I agree. I agree. That's what they need. The exposure. The exposure. Um. Yeah, man. How'd you feel about Gable? Asking for forgiveness, and Maxine pretty much was like, "Fuck no, baby."
Definitely didn't think that the Alpha Academy, the Alpha Academy needed to forgive Gable.
Hmm.
There's no reason for them to forgive Chad Gable. Like even if Chad Gable realized what he was doing was wrong, offended, he didn't really interact with Alpha Academy this past, like his whole time as a Grande Americano. He kind of was strictly facing Luchador. So those are the people that need to forgive him. Alpha Academy didn't need to forgive him. I like that Maxine took the mic and basically was like, no, because it falls in line with kind of her shift in attitude from
Hmm.
her hanging with Theory.
Also, theory. Yeah,
Yeah, the shot about her accomplishing Gable's dream before him, that was a great shot, a great line by her. So, yeah, I thought this was done well.
I mean, EO, Liv Morgan, Queen of the Ring Finals. That should be a banger. We got a little face off in the ring. You know,
It's going
that
to be a
should be
good
a
match.
banger.
Who
Jimmy
wins?
Uso.
Who wins? Does Liv Morgan win or does
Oh
Io?
no, no, EO wins, and EO goes on to face Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, and she beats Rhea Ripley.
Again? Or does Rhea
Yep.
Ripley finally get the win over Io? She has not beaten Io
That's
yet.
good. That's good. Okay, man, switch that. EO still wins Queen of the Ring, but she goes against Rhea. Rhea finally gets over that hump, and I think we get EO turning heel. That'd be beautiful. You wouldn't like that?
See, now,
You wouldn't
I
like
was
that?
with you.
You
And
wouldn't
then,
like that? No.
no,
Okay.
that's like, you
Okay.
got
Well, man, a man can
Io.
dream.
How can you hate Io, man? She does, like,
That's true. That's
Io.
true.
Let her
That's
be
true.
Io.
Yeah, I was kind of, I was kind of self-imagining. Man, it's cool.
Not
No,
everybody has to turn heel, in my
that's
opinion.
true. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I was just trying to be innovative a little bit.
Nah,
So
it's really a wrestling trope. Like it's a wrestling trope where you lose to your friend in just a match, and you just
you
can't
just, yeah,
accept the fact that you lost. You have to beat their ass after.
yeah. Like, oh, you bitch.
It's one of them jokes where I'm like, all right, bro.
You feel me? Just
Like no one cheated in the match. The match was fair and square. Like it was a good match. You just lost.
like, you think you better than me, huh? That's my family.
You beat me in 2K. I just punched you in your shit afterwards. You like, bro, it was just a game.
What? You hit 360 dunk on me, bitch?
It's never,
Um,
some things just aren't that deep.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Um, hey, LA Knight, Jimmy Uso. So listen, Solo Sikoa. I'm not gonna lie. All right, match is okay. Match is okay. I was expecting Solo Sikoa to come out and do something. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, and he did.
Like let's
Yeah.
call it. Let's keep it. The match was made until Solo came out, and it was made.
it's,
Well,
It's so fucking bad. I just I can't understand it, man. I just don't. What do you do with like? Okay, I'm not gonna get into the LA spiel
Bright
because
spot. Ethan Page for his Dragon Lee was really good.
that was really good. It was a really good match. Let's talk about the main event.
Finally,
Street Profits versus Division. World Tag Team Championships on the line.
thank you WWE for doing the right thing here. Thank you for doing the right thing here.
And what was that right thing that you talking about?
Putting the belts on the Profits.
Mm, mm.
Like, there's no point of doing the makeshift tag team thing for Theory and Braun Breaker for title matches when Braun Breaker is going to be doing mainly
Single
singles.
matches.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
Because then that means that the tag titles get defended less because Braun Breaker has to be in singles matches. Just alleviate that whole thing, like when they did it with the Usos,
Hmm.
and just put the titles on the actual tag team that will be in the tag team matches to defend the tag team championships.
I agree, and I am so happy that the Profits are champions again. Which for
Yeah,
some reason I don't know what it is, but every time they're overseas, they either winning championships or they're like retaining the championships. If you think about it,
stat.
like I don't quote me. I had to look it up, but from my recollection, that a lot of times when they're overseas, they either win or retain. So I'll have that stat for you next pod. But it, it, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but the match itself, though, the match was really good. Like I said, great main event for Raw this week compared to last week.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, I kind of like the main event from last week,
Better
but
main event than SmackDown this last week as well.
yeah, I mean, Charlotte on my leg.
Exactly. So
Not really much of
we
a
actually got a good main event to end the show. Didn't get one
hey,
last week, but we got one this week.
go home show at that.
Go home show. Yeah.
On a go home show,
This was
you
important.
know.
This was Raw overseas at the O2 Arena. So they kind of had to make this one good.
Hmm. Most
So
definitely. Most definitely, And listen, we got new tag champs. We got a stare off between Rollins and Breaker ahead of their match. A little final build up.
the return of Joe Hendry.
Yes, the return of Joe Hendry. Hey man, listen,
Been a while since we've seen him.
say his name and he appeared. I believe in Joe Hendry. What would you rate this Raw?
It get a 7, solid 7. 7.2. 7.2.
I'm gonna go with the 7. I'm gonna go with the 7. I think we haven't really gotten. It's so funny. We haven't really gotten a Raw that like blew us out of our drawers yet. So you know,
Out of our draws,
yeah.
we could blow our socks off. We got to come out of our draws, though.
Listen, that's how you know it's good. When you come out the drawer, that's different, bro. That's that's how you know it's real good, bro. um, listen, that's it for us on the show reviews. Now I have a question, real quick, before we end the show. And we go into our hotspots. Over the weekend, I was having a little get together with some friends for a going away party, and I was talking to that particular friend's uncle, and he posed a very good question that I have never asked before. And I'm going to ask you this question, right? I've never asked you this question before. We did not discuss this before we started the podcast, so I'm going to ask it, and I want your real, true answer. All right, I want you to give me your top five managers, and that could be talent or show. But I kind of want to stick to talent managers. Let's stick to talent managers.
Okay.
Hmm. Top five. Now so I have my top five already.
Okay, give me
So
everything.
Number one, without a shadow of a doubt, we got Paul Heyman. All right. Paul Heyman for sure is one of the best managers in WWE history ever. Number two, we got Bobby the Brain Heenan. All right. Gotta go Bobby. All right. Number three, as much as I really didn't enjoy the wrestler as much, but now I would say the wrestler, the man, um, he was still one of the greats. So I gotta go Jimmy Hart. All right. Now, number four, this is strictly based off of personal bias because I was a big fan of the wrestler, and it's only right that I acknowledge the manager. All right. I'm gonna go Armando Estrada. You feel me? I fucked with Umaga heavy. You feel me? I when I saw Umaga, I was like, damn, this tough. He's tough. And shout out Armando Estrada. Now, number five. This is gonna be a controversial one. All right. But she was putting in some work. I'm not gonna lie, low key. Low key. And for my fifth one, I gotta go Vicky Guerrero. I gotta go Vicky. Shout out Vicky. Her and Dolph, you feel me? Was solid. Even with Edge,
Yeah,
you feel me? So
Ricky, Vicky could get the boost for sure. He can get the
yeah.
boost started.
So
Okay,
that's my five.
okay. So knocking the first one out the way, Paul here.
Hmm.
I'm going to go Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon.
Nice.
That was she was top
That's a
tier.
good one. That's a good one.
I'm going to go China,
Mm. Okay.
Teddy Long, right?
Okay.
And we're going with talent managers. Teddy Long is the talent manager. White Boy Challenge, him with Mark Henry. Shit was hilarious.
Hmm.
Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. What is that? Four, three, or four?
So you have Stephanie, Paul,
China,
Paul
uh,
Heyman, China, and Teddy
four.
says four.
And my fifth, I'll go Paul Bear. I'll throw Paul Bear in there.
Okay. Okay. Paul Bear is solid. Paul Bear is solid.
Paul
Yeah.
Bear would probably be my five.
All right. Cool. 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 All right. So listen, hot tag. If y'all have any top five managers, let us know in the comments. So me shoot us a message on our social medias. Let us know your top five managers. And hey, maybe we might shout you out on the next pod, and you feel me? Name your list. Um, but of course, that wraps up episode 43 of the Hot Tag Podcast. And before we go, we know, you know, I know, they know, but shot. We got to close with hot spots. All right. Justin, what's your hot spots for the week, man?
So my hot spots for the week will first we have to go to Javon Evans. I think Javon showed how ready he really is in that match against Jey Uso, holding his own and really letting his personality show and showing that he's not. The moment wasn't too big, the lights weren't too bright. So that's gonna be my first hot spot of the week. My second hot spot of the week is going to go to Swerve Strickland because I thought his promo and and how he delivered it, I really I related with it. I felt like he believed it. I believed it. I think Swerve should win the Owen Hart tournament. So he's going to be my second hotspot of the week. And my third hotspot of the week is going to go to It's going to go to Sami Zayn, man. He's been extremely consistent. The way he was able to has been able to really embrace this character, this new character he's doing, and him coming out and talking about the ride or die Sami Zayn fan. Great work. I really think Sami Zayn has been doing great work. So yeah, Sami Zayn my third hot spotter. So Javon Evans, Swerve Strickland, Sami Zayn.
All right, all right. Okay, I only got two hot spots this week. All right. First and foremost, I got to give it to R Truth. Once again, I said it before. R Truth is the best thing to happen to SmackDown and low key to WWE. So got to give it to R Truth, man. That promo with him and Damien and Finn, like, it's crazy. Uh, Second, have to go to the Street Profits. Of course, new tag champs. You feel me? Um, Definitely new tag champs. They deserve it. They finally get to run with the tag team belts. Hopefully, nobody gets injured. Knocking on wood, and they get to have a long, successful run. And they deserve it. I mean, it was time. We was rooting for we was rooting for the Street Profits anyway. So this is fire. So I'm glad that they got the chips, and we can really see some tag team wrestling. But those are my two hot spots. For me, those are my two hot spots for the week. Um, Listen, as always, let us know your hot spots, your favorite moments, your favorite segments, matches of the week. That wraps up episode 43 of the Hot Tag Podcast. Now, make sure you follow us on all our socials, like, comment, subscribe, and follow us for more content. We appreciate all the love and support, and without y'all, nothing is possible. As always, that's Justin, I'm Rashad, and remember, stay sharp, stay fresh, stay hot. Peace.
Peace.